So did you guys see what happened a few days ago over in Cincinnati, where a group of neo-Nazis thought it was a bright idea to set up on an overpass and spit the N-word out at passing motorists? I'm not even at all surprised by any of this. We've been noticing in the past few months that there'd been a lot of hate groups being formed, a lot of white supremacists feeling a bit emboldened, I wonder why, to come to the fore and say nasty things to Black people. Of course, they were brandishing their flags on this overpass so that anybody who was walking by or anybody who is driving by could see. And of course, it was not only offensive to Black people, but of course, the Jewish people in this country. This happened in Lincoln Heights, which is an historically Black community. So they knew exactly what they were doing when they loaded up in the U-Haul van and went to this overpass. Well, there's a silver lining to all of this. And the silver lining is that the good folks in Cincinnati came together as a community, burned those nasty flags, and ran those clowns up out of there. And you would be surprised. Well, maybe some of you would not be surprised. I certainly was not surprised because I expect anything on the internet these days. The amount of people who are defending free speech from these clowns. But let's take a listen here. And I am going to probably have to heavily edit this because you know how YouTube goes. The news can put it on and nothing happens. But when us smaller YouTubers do this, they demonetize us and they limit the reach of these types of videos. And it's crazy to me because if anything, these are the videos that should be going viral so that people can see what's happening in our community, be more aware. So let's take a listen.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Gyal.
And I'm Paula Todi. We are following breaking news. Neo-Nazis bring their message to a busy spot along I-75.
Yeah, demonstrators and a banner were both spotted on an overpass between Evendale and the historically Black village of Lincoln Heights. There was a swift response there. Local 12's Paige Barn has been in that area this afternoon and joins us now live with the latest. Paige.
Yeah, hey guys, the protesters have since cleared out as well as the counter protests. Just before 3, right behind me on this overpass, as you mentioned, there were about 13 people who were dressed in black, waving a white supremacist flag, and some of them had as well as carrying on them. Now, shortly after, a counter-protest of Lincoln Heights residents say they chased the protesters away, took the flag from the bridge, and burned it. Hamilton County Sheriff's deputies tried to disperse the residents, but they made their way to a Jeep they believed belonged to one of the white supremacists. They slashed the tires and the windows were punched out. Now, as a historically Black neighborhood, residents add they will not allow hate to come in.
They're out here in the real world for us to see. And they're still hiding their faces. I don't know why. Say it with your hooded chest. The crazy thing to me is that this is happening in 2025. 2025. Seeing this stuff, I thought this was the 50s and the 40s.
Now, as a historically Black neighborhood, residents add they will not allow hate to come in.
That's what Lincoln Heights is about. You know, you hear a lot of things, but we're a community at heart and a proud historical African-American community. So things of that nature, symbols of that nature don't stand here. You know, it said, you know, that's a symbol of hate. We're a community of pride and love.
And new tonight, the Cincinnati NAACP is responding to this display. The group says, quote, "We will hold strong in our commitment to the unity and respect for all people of all ethnicities, religions, gender, age, and sexual orientation. It is well known that people receive messages and actions in different manners. The current executive orders and actions have angered many and emboldened others. This is not normal and should not be accepted as such."
You can run away from that statement. They're absolutely correct. The current administration has emboldened this. Absolutely. And people get upset. That's fine. Get upset. But that's the truth. They have been emboldened. These same people didn't just show up. They've always been there. They've always been underground with these same sentiments. They just now find the need to step forward because they feel protected. When Elon Musk did that Nazi salute, and I don't care how many people call it, whatever they want to call it, an awkward gesture. It was just an awkward gesture. He's just an awkward kind of guy. They explain these things away. No awkward gesture. When he turned around, he did it the first time, and then he turned around, he did it again. You double down on that. It's very clear the message that you're sending. And that's exactly what the administration has done. They've emboldened these people. And for those people who cannot see this, they don't want to see it. They don't want to see it. And Are we hearing anything from the president or any officials? Let me see here. Has Trump commented on this? Let's see here. Let's see if he's commented. Nothing? I mean, the last thing what I see here is when he was talking about they're eating the dogs and eating the cats. Anything from JD Vance? Let's see here. Nothing. Things that make you go, What people need to understand is that this is a new day. And when I say this is a new day, I'm not talking about the new government. What I'm saying is this ain't the black people of the 1400s or the black people of the 1500s or the 1600s or the 1700s or the 1800s or the mid 1900s. They're very different. And I was so proud. I'm very happy to see that community push back. Of course, you had your folks online, of course, in the comment section, upset that those black people stood up for their community. Isn't this something that we're always asking for them to look out for their community? There were people saying, they had no right to burn their flag. Defending Nazis. But I'm happy that that community stood up. And it's very sad for me to think about the children in that community who may have come across these people. They're standing there brandishing their weapons. Their faces are hidden. And I would love to know who these people are. I would love to know who they are. Like, why hide? If you feel so strongly about your cause that you're going to protest in this way, you're going to go into a black community and do that, or near a black community, then why are you hiding your faces? Remove your hoods and show your faces so people can see. Say it with your hooded chest. Say it all with your hooded chest. Let me read some of the comments here under this Local 12 video. Someone said 400,000 Americans died in World War II for the enemy's flag to be waved in their country 80 years later. Powerful. Americans should be upset about this. It's not just about black Americans or Jewish people here. Everybody should be upset by that. Someone said, moral of the story, your community is a better police force than the actual police force. You definitely have to step up and guard your community from internal threats and external threats. That's me adding that last part on there. Someone said, good for that community. No excuses, no wavering. Nazi sympathizers should not be coddled. Agreed. That's why I'm saying these people who come in and say, they shouldn't have attacked their flag and they shouldn't have attacked. You mean burned a symbol of hate? Another person said, love seeing a community protect themselves. This is what we need, a strong community. Another individual says, as a German, you can't fathom how appalling it is that these people feel comfortable enough to stand on a bridge waving these flags. That part. Good for the people who stood up against this behavior. Another person, and this is spot on, a Nazi is not a protester. Correct. In Germany, hundreds of thousands stand up and protest against fascism. Americans, where are you? Such an action would trigger nationwide protests here against fascism, against hate. Excellent point. Excellent point. And I feel like this is only going to grow. And that's why the counter to this is going to grow. I don't understand what these neo-Nazis want. What did they say here? America is for the white man? Can a Native American enter the chat? America is for the white man? I am going to go and find some official in a Native American community to come on this platform. That is my pledge. That is my pledge over the next few weeks. I have to. Because I wonder how they feel when they see things like this and they hear stupid statements like this, America is for the white man. The Native Americans were here first. So how are you just hijacking that? But what do they want? That's my question. What do they want? Do they want black people to leave? Brown people to leave? Everybody who is not white to leave? What is it that they want? What's so scary to me in not seeing these people's faces is that we walk amongst them every single day. We may shop with these people or alongside these people every single day. And it's going to give people a serious case of paranoia. And it's going to spark a lot of anti-white sentiment. That's why Not just black people and Jewish people and brown people should be standing up and talking out and speaking out against this. White people need to be speaking up against this as well. Just like this individual could say, Americans, where are you? Such an action would trigger nationwide protests here in Germany. In Germany. Someone said the line between effing around and finding out was thankfully reached. They got chased out. And I'm happy they did. I don't feel sorry for not one of them. It was disgusting. An absolutely disgusting display. And every community needs to be on guard for that sort of crap. I watched another news outlet where this black guy said he was genuinely afraid. He looked pretty young, so I'm sure he's right. He's probably never seen that other than when you watch like historical movies and read the books and on history, the history books about, Jim Crow South and that sort of stuff, and the Klan and the burning of the crosses on the front lawn and bombing of churches and that sort of stuff. They've probably never seen this stuff up close.
Wow, we still doing that in 2025? We just got to have some meetings about it because I'm fearing for my life. I walk outside all the time, and now I got to be in fear just in case anything could happen now.
Other local leaders heard the same message.
This is a historic community as well, and these were people who had marched. Some of them had been with King and had been in that movement, and now they're seniors, and they're like, we can't believe that we're back at this point.
These are the things that our elders in the community try to tell us about what they went through. Imagine him being afraid in 2025 when he has all sorts of laws on his side and he can call the cops. This is happening in this country just 75 years ago. And here in 2025, we're dealing with this. I hate for children to be exposed to these types of things to, yes, the community at large, but a lot of them know what it is. And this is, again, why when you hear black people talking about feeling like white people are racist, this is where these feelings come from. Are all white people racist? No, of course not. But when you see things like this, can you not understand why people would have a general distrust? Another commenter here says, our World War II veterans fought Nazis, risking their lives to stop fascism. Seeing Americans become Nazis is a hard punch to the face to our fellow veterans. Thank you for your service. I'm so proud of Cincinnati. I'm so proud of Lincoln Heights. But I was just so proud of that community for standing up like that. Like, it was a beautiful thing. And like I said, I want us as a black community, and I've said this before, to strengthen our communities internally so that we are stronger and can fend off internal threats and external threats. That's what community is all about. And again, I wonder how Native Americans feel to hear neo-Nazis and Nazi sympathizers fix their mouth to tell black people to go somewhere else or to tell Hispanic people to go somewhere else. On their land? Thank you, Cincinnati. Thank you for a job well done.